Which one do you want to start with? Stranger?
Yeah, Stranger.
All right, cool, man. Stranger. Again, sorry, people. I flopped with the synopsis, but we'll just make it up on the spot.
Yes, sir.
Cameraman Alex, come on, man. Let me know how we doing the synopsis today.
What haven't we done?
A pilot.
Okay.
Who's doing this? Me? You?
You. I'll do the next.
All right, a pilot. All right. Okay. Two men who meet on a bus strike up a conversation that turns into a friendship. No, hold on. Let me start again. I didn't like that. I didn't start like that. Yeah. I didn't like that. So, Governor, this is your captain speaking. It's that we are currently cruising at an altitude at 22,000 feet, and it's that blah blah blah. Please remain seated. This that blah blah blah. Two men who meet on a bus strike up a conversation that turns into a friendship. For Henry Teague, worn down by a lifetime of physical labor and crime, this is a dream come true.
It was all right.
It was all right.
It's okay.
Really,
it was okay. It was a hard one.
Yeah, there's no new pilots like this. That man, it was a shit figure anyway.
Flipping rubbish anyway.
So yeah, okay. Stranger 2022 starring Joel Edgerton, Sean Harris, and Jada Alberts. Jada definitely is not the Jada. It's not the Jada. I see Jada, and I was like, hold on, fuck you, Jada, and I was like, and then I read the surname, and I was like, okay. That makes total sense. Okay. This is directed by Thomas Wright, who did Everest. Do you remember Everest?
Yeah,
Everest.
I do.
Yeah. So he did Everest. So I had seen the name before, to be honest. And I was like, okay, cool. Right.
You know the cover that they got on Netflix?
Yeah.
Like that cover, like from a distance. You know who I thought that was?
Who?
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh snap! Yeah, I can see it.
I thought it was him. I
can see it because he's got the whole True Detective.
Yeah. I literally thought that. So when I kept scrolling past it, every time I saw it, I was like, I need to check this one out.
Yeah,
I wanted
it's
to
Matthew
see what it was
McConaughey.
about. Yeah.
But now they got Joel Edgerton in this.
Yeah, Australian.
Yeah. So this
true story.
Well, based on a true story. Based on a true story. Because I actually went and looked at the true story.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I actually went and looked at the true story to...
was it like a doc or something?
No, I read it on Wikipedia. Okay. There's something that I wanted to touch on, actually, to see if anyone had heard of it. It's a Canadian thing. I should have come prepared. I did have it, but I've
what is that? Some type of law?
Yeah, it's a law, and it's basically... No, what it is it's a police technique.
Okay.
That they use, or it started in Canada.
In order to get you
order to catch criminals.
Is that got something to do with Mindhunters?
I'm not too... No.
Okay, because Mindhunters is based on basically how they... I feel... someone told me, I don't even know. But I think it's based on how they came up with a method to interrogate or something like that.
So it wasn't an interrogation. It was how they... Right, so it's called a Mr... Have you ever heard of a Mr. Big police procedure?
No.
Mr. Big police procedure?
No.
Right, so basically what it is... I don't know if I can actually... Do you know what? I don't know if I can say it because it will ruin the whole... It will ruin the whole thing. But if you watch this movie, once you watch it, check out on Wikipedia or Google or wherever, Mr. Big police procedure, and that's basically what this movie is about. Okay. And how the police go about trying to catch a criminal. That's what they did. It's called a Mr. Big Police, and it originated in Canada. Okay. I had never heard of it, and I didn't know things like this existed, to be honest. I didn't know that this was done.
In the synopsis, because I was listening.
It does tell you.
It does tell you that he's...
I don't think it tells you in that one. But the synopsis I read on Netflix tells you who he is.
So you know he's an undercover?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the Mr. Big thing has something to do with being undercover? Or
yeah.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so Mr. Big Police procedure, check that out. Had you heard anything about this?
No, nothing. Nothing at all.
Had you seen it? You'd seen it though.
Only the cover.
Right,
I just kept scrolling past. I wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
It was just waiting for a moment to watch. Because from the cover, you could say, okay, cool, I got a zone into this one.
Yeah.
So I never knew nothing about it. I never knew what. Even when I started watching, I didn't know what I was getting into.
Okay.
There's a few things called Stranger. It took me a minute to figure it out, bro. I was like, it must be this one.
Yeah,
There's a series, like 2 series. There's
Korean
the UK
one,
thing.
there's
Yeah.
I was gonna message you as well and tell you which one it was, but I assumed you.
I had a feeling it might be this one.
So I started this. This one starts off pretty well, actually. I enjoyed the beginning because it kind of just throws you into the meat of what is gonna occur.
Yeah.
So it begins quite, and it's filmed quite gritty as well.
Very.
Yeah.
Very. The cinematography is live, but it's very. It reminded me of a British style as well.
Yeah, I can go with that. It actually reminded me of like Luther-ish.
I get what you're saying.
The way it was filmed,
and
the way
it had that look, the way they isolated certain scenes.
Yeah.
It was very eerie, but it was
very eerie.
It was
even the music was random, like randomly come in and just hit. It's like but
everything was clean. Everything was sharp. Everything was precise. So I definitely like the way it was shot.
I love the acting in this as well. The acting was so good in the fact that it was weird. Because I felt like I was watching a documentary at times.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching, not a documentary, maybe a reenactment of a documentary or something like that. That's what it felt like.
Because it's very mellow.
Yeah.
Especially for pretty much the whole movie, it's very dialogue driven.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's all dialogue driven, pretty much.
There's a lot of times where you need to concentrate in this movie as well.
Yeah.
Because if you slip off, which I did a couple times, you have to go back because you don't know.
That won't make sense.
There's a lot. This is one of those movies that when the denouement comes, if you haven't been paying attention, it's not going to hit. It's not going to make as much sense as it should do. Because there was a few things that I missed that I actually went back and clocked. And if I didn't, I when the ending came, I would have been like, "What?
How did we get here?"
Yeah, I was like, "What the?
But why?
Yeah.
But why?
Well, there's none of this even. What happened?"
That's true.
So I enjoyed this.
So did I, but differently to you, because in the beginning, I was more so like, say, last 50 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, last 45.
You didn't like the first bit?
No, not that I didn't like it.
Okay.
I just wasn't as plugged in. You get me? But like last 50 minutes, woo, I was in. But there was still enough in the beginning. Like this was very intriguing. Very intriguing. It's quite intense.
I didn't know it was a true story.
Neither did I until today.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a true story until because I wanted to know the actor's name, one of the actors' names. So I put his name in Google, and then, his name in the show.
Yeah.
And then it came up, and it's like, oh yeah, true story. This, and I was like, no way, this is a true. No way, this is based on a true story.
Yeah,
because this don't seem like it would be based on a true story. This is out there,
but it kind of explains like why a certain thing went a certain way. Because that was the only question I had. I was like, but why all of this info? Like this is wild.
Well, at the end, that was odd. But by then, do you know what? As well,
you could see the play.
100%, and I also see the play for both sides.
Even when you saw the play, wasn't it like it was still a bit mad that he would have had to have said and done that? Like it was like, but the play didn't cause for that. I don't think.
Am I being mad than to say that? Like I felt like slightly sorry for him.
I didn't to a certain point, and then because he was quite. He was quite humble. He was quite quiet. Like in the beginning bit, like he was very he wasn't uncomfortable, but you didn't know what you knew. To be fair, you didn't know what you knew. You get me? So you just kind of saw him as like, okay, cool. Maybe you made a mistake and boom, boom, boom. And then he starts getting a bit more comfortable, and then you start to see true feelings and emotions. And then not really, because the way my man's talking to man about certain things, you could see there weren't really no real compassion there. He was just one of them. You know what? Have you seen Wolf's Creek?
No, but I know what it is.
Like, I love the way, like, Down Under makes characters come across. I wonder if it's the accent as well. Does the accent
accent's dope. I think the Australian accent's dope.
Like, I was like, to these dark little airy.
I've watched and you know what? Yeah, like I've watched a few Aussie
Yeah,
things
and
that
they
are,
all
that are
slap.
sick,
They-
like their
yeah.
cop stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see some. I can't remember where it was called, but it was about some. It's about a cold case about a woman that disappeared on a beach. Can't remember what it was called, but that was a series. That was really
They
good.
get into their little thriller bag
Yeah.
quite well. I'm funny enough, I've never really seen a comedy. I don't know how Aussies do
I've seen a couple
comedies.
comedies.
Is it? I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
really
I swear, what's his name? Muriel's Wedding was a bit of a comedy, wasn't it?
never seen that.
Oh, have you not? No. I think that's like probably one of the biggest Australian ones there is.
Oh, is it? Okay. Nah. But yeah. Like you, I enjoyed this.
This was really well written. It was
Yeah.
really well directed. The suspense was built up
Very
wicked.
well. Very
Yeah,
well,
it
very
was.
well.
It. Do you know what I liked about it as well? The suspense was built up, but it never went down.
No.
It stayed here.
No,
so
that's
you're
what-
still mad suspense.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
like
yeah.
okay, cool. Then it goes up a bit, and then you're like, nah, like what is
all the way to the last 20 minutes, because by the end you kind of know what's kind of
Yes.
coming, so it's not really mad like that. But yeah, I enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I thought this was good. I more than good. I thought this was really good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
enjoyed. I wasn't bored at any time in
No.
this movie, not once. Even though it's slow,
Yeah,
even though it's a slow burner, even though it's a thinker and you got to stay with it. There's not much action.
it does enough to keep you in.
Yeah,
It
I
does
mean, there's
enough.
action in this, but the action in this isn't even related to the story,
No,
like car
no,
crashes and shit.
no,
Like
no.
that wasn't got nothing to do with
Nah,
nothing.
not at
So
all.
it's really. There really is very little action in this.
There
to be
ain't
honest,
none, really.
there's none. There's no action.
There's no
There's not
action.
even a gunshot.
Nah, there's
Not
no
even-
action.
not
No
even-
action.
There's not even a fight.
It's pretty much all dialogue.
Yeah, literally.
Pure
There's not
chat.
even a fight.
Pure
Yeah,
chat. But
literally.
it's all right. It's all right. Watch it or not.
Oh, it's definitely a watch it. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was good, and I'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
recommending this to a lot of people to
Yeah.
say like, nah, you know what? If you're liking your slow burning stories and
Yeah,
you like
yeah,
your code, this
yeah.
is what
Yeah,
you need to watch.
I'm agreeing. This is definitely a watch it.
Yeah.
It done well in keeping your attention with very little.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear me?
Yeah, very little tools, but
Yeah,
made a big house.
makes a difference when you can act, eh?
I always say it, bruv.
Hey.
You got a good script, you got good actors. It's
Makes
hard
it,
to
it makes a bloody difference, doesn't it?
makes a bloody difference.
Oh, see, you clocked it.
Makes a bloody difference.
Hey,
Put another
alright.
shrimp on the barbie.
What's